Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host, here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Today, I am going to share a first look and page through campaign builder Castles and Crowns from Kobold Press. This is written by Wolfgang Bauer, Richard Green, Tim Hitchcock, and Brian Susskind. This 272-page book is available now, carries an MSRP of $59.99, or you can grab just the PDF alone for $34.99. Do want to mention, we are also going to take a look at the Map Folio too, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got campaign builder, Castles and Crowns. A few things to mention before we get stuck in. First of all, my friends over at Kobold Press were kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this first look with you. These days, very important you know that. We're also not going to look at each and every page of the book, but I do want to give you a very good feel for what you're going to find inside Castles and Crowns. All right, so let's take a look at the back here. Rule your realm. A complete guide to kingdoms, rulers, and more. Campaign Builder Castles and Crowns provides a majestic homebrew toolkit for your tabletop game. Create legendary rulers, mythic kingdoms, opulent palaces, and imposing fortresses down to the last detail with a host of tables and guides to enhance your world. And then it's going to tell you everything that's in the book, but you know what? We're going to take a peek ourselves. So first thing we're going to take a look at will be the credits page, because we have got loads of artists. We've got a lot of people who worked very hard to bring this to the public. So there you have that. We'll give them some credit where credit is due. Now, there is also a limited edition cover, as you can see here. We're just taking a look at the standard cover edition. There's no differences with what's inside the books. It's just different covers. All right, so here's our table of contents. So we've got Courts of Wonder. Chapter 1 will be Noble Heroes, Courtly Campaigns, Sites and Settings. Chapter 4 is Royal Magic. Chapter 5, we get Rulers and Kingdoms. And then we will have an appendix or appendices, probably. So first of all, we have Courts of Wonder. Envision a fantasy world. Noble kings and queens sit upon grand thrones within mighty stone castles, with soaring battlements and heraldic banners that flutter from high towers. Powerful warlords train elite warriors in the courtyards of fortified strongholds. Colorful fae parade in a swirling dance of manners, intrigue, and backstabbing. Adventure abounds in these courtly halls, hobnobbing alongside the ambitious nobles, dancing just ahead of the flames of war, and plunging headfirst among the monsters that hide just beneath all the glittering finery. Sweet. I am a big fan of Kobold Press releases. I usually tend to enjoy just about everything that comes out from Kobold Press. I happen to also be a big fan of their Midgard setting. It is probably one of my favorite fantasy settings out there for role-playing games. Of course, the Kobold Press releases are compatible with Tales of the Valiant, which is their home role-playing game, as well as 5e Dungeons and Dragons. So we're taking a look here, and it appears that this is creating the various different nobles in court. So we've got an impoverished noble, minister. I know we had, I believe, an ambassador over there. So these are different subclasses for the various different classes. So we've got knights, ranger subclasses, wizard subclasses. So we've got the arcane advisor. Then we have courtly campaigns. Courtly adventures revolve around people, around factions, and the interplay of different groups of individuals, all existing within the larger social structure. All these people have wants and needs, simple and complex. And under the right circumstances, with the right incentives, they will pursue these motivations. So giving us an anatomy of a faction. Now it's going to get into different kinds of factions like arcane, aristocratic, criminal. This looks really interesting so far. Mercantile motivations for mercantile factions. Then we get a breakdown of creating our factions. I believe we were going to see quite a few tables in this book. Now, it's very possible because I am skipping pages that I'm kind of jumping past a lot of these tables. But we've got some wedding rumors here, weird traditions, complications at the masquerade. So it looks like we've got various different events. We've got warfare. So outcomes of battles, morale, siege equipment. So we've got castles. Are we now into different types? Yeah, sites and settings. So we see the interior of a castle there, creating the castle. Different floors. Got armories, chapels, lord's chambers, vaults. We get into manor houses. Garden room, guest chamber, wine tasting room, the wine cellar, the old chapel, the Summer Fae Palace. The artwork throughout looks very solid. I like the Kobold Press artwork. I like some of their takes on some of the various different monsters. I like their character designs. Actually better than 5e D&D. So now we're getting into some items. So this is Royal Magic, the Crown of Griffins, Crown of Twisted Roots. Some new spells. Spells and rituals. Building a kingdom. So the kingdom type, kingdom size, climate, geographical features, population, drawing a map, major settlements. So state of the nation, kingdom characteristics, designing your ruler, giving them a backstory, what their title is, what their ideals are, what kind of bonds they have. And it looks like we're getting some examples here. Villainous NPCs and factions. Sample Dwarf Kingdom, Stoneheart Canyon. Elven Kingdoms. Do we get an example Elven Kingdom? We do. Kalavar, I think was what it said. That's a pretty cool treant. Still looking at the rulers and kingdoms section. It's like this might be a forest kingdom of some sort. As you can see, while we have artwork throughout, it's not overwhelming. There is a lot of gaming content inside this book. I like seeing that. It's like we're getting some various different bestiary entries here, I think, because I think now we're in the appendix. The Royal White, the Master Assassin, the Dungeon Keeper. Very nice. Very cool. We get some sample rulers here too. Regalia, icons and equipment, social interactions and adventure hooks. Potential rivals. All right, then we wrap up. We get an ad for the Map Folio, which we're going to see in just a moment. And then Tales of the Valiant, which the Game Master's Guide is coming out very shortly. Hopefully, we'll get an opportunity to take a peek at that. All right, so that is a peek inside Castles and Crowns, part of the Campaign Builders series from Kobold Press. Now we are going to take a peek at the Map Folio. The Campaign Builder Castles and Crowns Map Folio is available now. It carries an MSRP of $59.99, or you can grab just the JPEG map pack for $12.99. All right, we'll swing back over to the other camera because here I have got the Map Folio. So first of all, let's get rid of the shrink wrap on this. I believe there are a dozen maps contained within. Whether it's a stalwart fortress of good or a bulwark of evil, every realm needs a castle. Raise the foundations of your own unassailable citadel without the need for grid paper and pens with the Castles and Crowns Map Folio. Kobold Press's Campaign Builder Castles and Crowns Map Folio is a collection of highly detailed maps that set the stage for palace intrigues and epic battles of all kinds. Run your players through sieges, prison breaks, and royal gatherings with this compendium. So yes, there are 12. They are 24 inches by 36 inches, and they are coded so that you can use wet erase, dry erase, and even permanent marker if you use a dry erase marker on top of it. So let's see what we've got here. So they are 3 panels. You can guess 3 by 3s. Yes. No, they are not. They're bigger than that. Oh, no, actually, it is 3 by 3. So it is 9 panels in total. So this looks like this is a battlefield. So it looks like this is probably the ramparts, as you can see over here on this side. It's like some burning siege equipment there. And then this appears to be a manor house, possibly. We've got some fields with this too. So we've got those two. Let's see what we got. Looks like we've got more things burning on that side. This might be the hall, Grand Hall. I believe that is what we're taking a look at here, is a Grand Hall. No, it's the throne room. There we go. And then we have the various different rooms to the side. And then here looks like part of a town. Yep, that is what it is, part of a town that is under attack. So we have some of the houses and buildings burning, as you can see here. Whenever I'm taking a look at flip mats and poster maps, which have treatments, I always mention when you have them marked off into grids, these actually work really nicely for skirmish level miniature games. Here's what we've got: a forge here. So this must be a dwarven stronghold. And then on the other side, this looks like a castle here. One of the floors of the castle. So that must be the royal bedroom, the royal nursery. Quite a bit of good detail on these. Definitely liking those. All right, next up, it's another floor of the castle. This must be the ground floor. There's our dining hall. You also have side rooms here too. It's like the kitchen over here. And then, wow, this it's probably barracks. It's my guess. Taking a look at the barracks here because there's all the weapons and that. They've got a kitchen there. That's kind of cool. So that is that poster map. This is probably the dungeon of the castle. Yeah, That is exactly what this is. The torture chamber, cells, storage area. Looks like we got an underground river there, too. And then, is this... This looks like a tower. That's cool. Oh, no, I take that back. This is actually a theater. Because it looks like this is the royal box right here. There's the stage. Well, that's cool. And we've got some stands out here. Right, and then the final map we've got. It's probably a Fey court, is my guess. So here's what the outside looks like. Oh, I guess this is... Well, actually, this is probably a church, a shrine. Because it looks as if that's the altar area here. And these would be like pews. Huh, interesting. All right, and then here we've got... Is this another manor? I believe so. It's kind of cool. Got a bear rug there. Another bear rug. Or no, I'm sorry, a bear head on the wall. Mounted on the wall there. And then this is the outside. So this is essentially a manor. Very nice. So we have got the 6 dual-sided maps that are all contained within the map folio for Campaign Builder, Castles, and Crowns. Once again, this carries an MSRP of $59.99, or you can grab the JPEG map pack for $12.99. So there is a first look at Campaign Builder, Castles and Crowns, as well as its map folio. Of course, I will have a review of Castles and Crowns in the not too distant future. That's it for this time out. If you like the video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I share videos such as this first look, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you are not going to find here on the channel. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.